shocked that guild. I feel like that's like such a Splatoon 1 Dynamo kind of hitbox, and 2 that would do like 30 or 40 damage and not mean anything. But we... Tapping on that map is basically impossible, I swear. Also, if I'm being kind of quiet, it's because it's also late at night. There's that. That was cool, but will I get another lobby? Out of taking 10 years? That I don't know. The first started I did a few while I was watching something just to be sure it wasn't totally dead, otherwise there wouldn't have been a point to starting, but still kind of random. I want to say I got like 4 or 5 games in. As I have no idea when this rotation even changes, if it even will. But even if it did, it wouldn't be for the next hour. So might swap at the hour. Don't know though. I know it shows a different map than Black Belly, but eh. Actually, you know, maybe. It's not that I dislike Black Belly in this game, it's more so I'd rather play a map I don't usually play. Alternatively, swap out Hammerhead for a bit of a shorter range map, then I could go Carbon for fun. I feel like Carbon's like a really polarizing weapon on Hammerhead the way it is. I feel like it's like strong if you're in the middle with any map control, but if you're getting locked out, it kinda can't do anything. How I feel like it would play. But you know, it's like every roller in Carbon in general, but I feel like extremely on that map. Yeah, come back. I'm back. I always complain that in Splatoon 2 it feels like you have no time to breathe and just sit there. Because of the nature of the game it is, but at the same time I sit here and I worry every time I stream this game because I don't want it to be like 80% lobby waiting simulator. Because sometimes it feels that way. I don't know. In a way, I guess it's like kind of like having to be comfortable when it's just like quiet. You can just sort of vibe. It's kind of like that. You don't need to be totally active every living, breathing second while you're streaming. Fine to be like slower paced. At the very least, I found a lobby so far, because I remember the last time I streamed this game was pretty early in the day, and I don't think I found a single lobby until I was sitting about like 7 p.m., 8 p.m. In theory, it should be better right now, but also a Sunday going into a Monday, so maybe not really. Good morning, Seth. As we continue the lobby sim adventure. In which even if I did something on the gamepad, you wouldn't be able to see it. I'm not doing any ways, I'm just doing something on the side. I feel like even a couple years from now, even if I'm not huge on the way S2 is now, I feel like S2 won't really reach that point that this game has. As A, it's younger, but B, it's on the same console and the Switch has sold significantly more than the Wii U. I think part of the struggle here is there's such a small install base for the Wii U as is. Like, going that number and then asking for people to be playing this specific game online years after a sequel came out and another one's coming out. Like, that's asking a lot at this point. Yeah. Kind of a shame, but I get it. I don't think the rotation for 2 is that much better, to be honest. In STC more, I'd rather just sit here in Lobby Simulator and feel like I'm talking to myself. Every time I've even pondered streaming 2, it's just the worst rotations imaginable. Like, even like tomorrow, I don't think there's anything particularly good during my usual hours. Like, there's TC Walleye plus Black Belly, that's atrocious. There's Moray, that's atrocious. There's Clamblitz Muscle Forge, so like... I even want to heck and play Splatoon 2 tomorrow on stream. If it's like super dead, I might just swap to something else at another. I'm just bored. I want to vibe, so we're here. I'm here. Sitting at my desk. Yelling copium as we get through like the final 90 days or so until we get a proper sequel, hopefully. Kind of funny to think this rotation is significantly more fun than the rotation in 2 right now. And the league is good too, but... You think when they hand select maps, like 8, they handpicked 8 maps for each mode. Oh, we actually found the lobby, that's good. We handpicked 8 maps for each mode for 1 year, and now we're just recycling them all again, but we handpicked such awful maps that it feels like it didn't even matter. I finally play the game after like another like 5 minutes of waiting. Heavy deco. Hello, Carbon. Goodbye, Carbon. Oh, I'm dead. Should be dead. I don't like this position. Carbon makes me paranoid. Yeah, you. Talking about you who somehow choked that kill. I don't know how you choked that with Carbon in this game. Go up. What does DC? Or to poof. I wish the UI was intuitive and told me. They haven't respawned, so I guess they DC'd it sounded like it. But at the same time, I heard that sound earlier when dude was streaming and I was in a lobby that ended up being a hacker, so I don't know, man. But its rotation, it's this map and Hammerhead on Zone. Heck. They only waited 5 minutes just for a DC game. Agony. The reach of the horizontal in this game never ceases to amaze me. Like, it just feels like I'm, like, so far away from people and then it just hits anyway. Oh. You're making a rare print in this one. I mean, I find this game more fun than 2 right now. I also think the way that 2 is built is just very unkind if you just want to play it for fun. Yeah, I had the hacker in my game like twice, I think. It wasn't like blatant, but it was still pretty annoying. I'm talking like they make themselves invincible and then like throw like 10 bombs and make the audio just like super crunch. There's your swish kill, I guess. Dead. The dynamo sound effect, that delay from the flick. My audio might be slightly desynced. It's been doing that to the... I can do that in like our 5-minute wait times. I usually just reset it every now and again while I'm streaming, just in case. Because I'm always paranoid that it like desyncs, because I know it can. Totally knew that guy was there, yeah. I'm like looking top right like it's Splatoon 2, but no, this is the spawn shape in this game. So weird. I feel like audio should be fine. It might just be how it is. It sounds okay to me, but... he actually got away. I have run speed. Let's come back. The... Can't do the funny. Okay. Hi. And that's disappointing that there's a DC after waiting for 5 minutes, but such as. Can't stand Anmo. Not a weapon for you. I mean, back when I played this game casually for the very, very first time, I played sticks, so played this weapon, and I played Carbon the most probably, although Mazookas were trashed here, because of course they are. I played sticks. I also played a bit of Bucket, but obviously I couldn't really do like the flick shots like well at all, but first bomb combos with damage were just stupid. So, make do. I don't really need motion to have big strike usage. Gold Arrow. Gold Arrow in this game is what, like, ink mining strike, I think? That's pretty awful. I think I had my phase where I played 89 in Turf War because it had Sprinkler ink strike. I'm like, wow, that paints so much, and it has no pressure at all, and the main weapon kind of sucks in this game. Funny. Hi, Eddie, it's been a minute to see you. I asked I was gonna reset the audio since we're just waiting here in case your ear is better than mine. It's totally possible. When you stream, you kind of look at 10 million things. Also doing something on my second monitor that has nothing to do with the stream, so. Very, very possible. You will put the ink mine on tower and win. Hey, if you're picking V Luna before Luna Neo came out, you're on the right trail for the wrong reasons. Alright, let's have a lobby. Yeah, I know it was Gold Arrow, but... that was very goofy. Hello, Leafy. Also, yeah, literally anyone who has Splatoon 1 that may or may not be lurking, you're free to join if you're S+. I do not care. I simply want to play the game. Yeah, I get it, because if you're a casual and you have no idea, it's like, oh, the game's about painting, right? It's like, well, yeah, technically. I really don't get Aerospray even in 2. They swapped really strong kits onto 2 of them, and gold was relevant for like 2 weeks because Baller was broken to farm them quickly, but I really don't understand what the idea they have behind that weapon is. Because the main weapon is just like significantly worse than Splash in like every way, and has a like worse kill time. It's a 5-shot, it's less accurate. Like, yeah, Vomit's paint, but so does Junior. Junior has better frame data too, so I don't understand what they're going for with that thing. It feels very... That's like a super, like... I mentioned that S2 feels like it has weapon bloat sometimes, where I feel like you could like axe certain weapons from the game completely and no one would really care. I feel like Aerospray's that outside of the kits. Like, Silver's kind of funny in Rainmaker, I guess. Gold's a funny, or not Gold, like, Bronze is a funny spammer, and Gold is too, but Gold sucks, but... I don't know. Not a weapon I'm particularly fond of. Would not miss it. What the heck is going on with that person's name? Yeah, I don't care for Gluga either. Gluga's just like Dooley plus Gal, and it just... I don't think it's particularly good. I did that engaging either, so I don't care for it, but... If you can find +6, would I do a PB? If you can somehow manage to find 6 people that want to play this game, by all means. That's a lot of people. It would let us actually play the game on more than 2 maps. And more frequently than every 10 minutes. It has been 10 minutes. I don't have the authority of Dude to just be like, hey, everyone, play this game. Like, not me. Hello, Leafy. That's a base weapon pick. I was playing that earlier in Dude's stream. He loves the main in this game. Like, if I ever did comp for this game, which I never did, I feel like I would have played Dynamo CRB and And Simi, probably. Some of those, some mix of those. I like those weapons a lot. I choked! Could have killed 3 people in 3 swings! Terrible gamer. Okay, the stealth jump will let me get a random kill, never mind. That was not how I wanted this to go. Whoops. Sprinkler's mad expensive to throw in this game, by the way. Look how much ink that takes. I think it's like 80% or something. Like, granted, it doesn't break in 1 bullet to OS, but... damn. They're pricey for a utility sub. I want to help you. Can I avenge you? I don't want to stand in the open against a charger. And I'm marked. I don't want to stand in the open at all because I'm Dynamo. Damn, RCRP was in their base. I know you can't tell because you can't see the gamepad, but imagine that they're just like balls deep in their base. I'm dead. It's okay, I have QR. It's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, everyone dying is a little bit worse. That might be the worst thing in the world. I did not see that section. I'll be completely honest. A nice double. And the bubbler. I'd actually put the sprinkler in the spot that I put it in the video. Even if it isn't Splatoon 2, the spot is the same. Let me move. Let me not be marked. every person on the planet, every person on the planet could be seen in that moment. All of China knows where you are. Ow. I have like 8 deaths at least, probably more at this point. That's okay, we're playing Splatoon 1. Now all of China knows where you are. I'm out, goodbye. I'm gonna be greedy. Spot's funny. Oh, well, it's definitely clipping through the wall. Okay, well now it doesn't matter. Oh, the Zuka. I'm good. I'm good. I do not wish to interact with you. Thinking Splatoon 2, where there's actual geometry there. Now everyone in the world is marked. Hooray. And I one-shot someone with the side hitbox, because it's not Splatoon 2. Got him. Someone else got him. Hey. A lot of R button. Thank you. Oh, and the ball? Ooh. Oh, it ran out. No! No, it ran out! I got paid. Okay, we're gonna jump to top mid and kill 2 people. That's how this works. That's a trade with 1. Not that bad. Nice. Game is a mess and I love it. Yeah, the sprinkler buff came in one of the later Spot 2 patches, which is like, that's a cool idea. The Shame OS completely neuters it anyway, and it's still a bottom tier sub. Like, it's a good idea, it's just, it doesn't fix the fundamental problem with Sprinkler. Like, damn. Pick Bucket for you. I do like Bucket. Your T-Tech is mad, I just trade people, it's funny. Or Wasabi. I can't get mad at Wasabis or T-Techs in this game, because they actually have, like, you know, they actually get punished for dying. T-Tech has heavy depletion, Zuko's like a 220 special as opposed to K-Shot being 180. Like, oh no, I died! Now I have to paint for 8 seconds! Like, I can't. I simply cannot bring myself to feel bad for any K-Shot. Yeah, V-Bucket's cool in this game. V-Bucket's broken with damage. You sneeze on someone and they're at 1 HP. Or they die. Or both. Doesn't really matter. The damage up also makes the combos way more lenient because your main weapon does so much more damage, even if you like Sour Spot a burst bomb. If the player has like no defense up or whatever, they kind of just explode. Like, I think I was on firing range earlier, and I think the weak burst with like a cure of damage did like 40 or something, like 40 plus. It's really stupid. 8 plus 4. I wish you luck because it is like 1 AM for me. Yeah, damage up is silly in this game. Game is silly, but that's what makes it fun. The fun kind of silly. Splatoon 1. Hi, Philly. Philly, I have a really specific question for you. The specific question is just wondering if you have an email confirmation on your Fuma order from the last sale. Or like rather shipping specifically. Because I heard that some people got their shipping emails, but I've yet to get mine. I'm assuming I'm getting it tomorrow. Maybe they just like don't update that on weekends. I guess. Yeah, Cura still shipped in this game is really silly. Like if I ever did comp 1, yeah, it would make me like annoyed, but I don't know, like I feel like 2 is not really in any better state right now. Where I just like look at LDE suctions and like the privilege of shooters and how they nerf like all my favorite weapons, I'm just like, eh. Eh. Yeah, like Kiora deserved to get nerfed, but I wish the base respawn time in 2 was faster at least, because it feels like dying in 2 is just feels really bad because of the way the game plays. For a lot of weapons, at least. Especially the weapons that have, like, the important specials. Because it kind of sucks if you're a weapon like C-Jet, because on paper it's like, yeah, C-Jet's kind of not that interesting to me, but, like, Burst Bomb lets you play it aggressively, but you're also the Stingray weapon, so you're not supposed to ever really feed, especially in a mode like Rainmaker, so it just kind of means playing the weapon optimally means you kind of just don't want to ever die. You want to have like the 13, 14k and like 2 death kind of game all the time. Didn't get shipping email yet? Okay. I'm guessing it's like tomorrow or something. That's what the heck in rank of Fuma. Yeah, when it's for Splat 1 QR, I would just like make the base QR, or not the base respawn time, like cut it down by like a second or 2, and I think I'd be happier. Like, I like the idea of Spot 2 QR, but it's also really cheesy because, like, it procs if you get assists, but not if you get a kill, so... Theoretically, you could get, like, 1,000,000 assists, but never actually get the kill, and your QR would still proc, and I think that's really goofy. Like, I always talk about it hypothetically, if you wanted to, like... I don't want to imagine a weapon like Tent with, like, Spot 1 QR of just, like, they just run in, and they die, and then they run in and do it again in like 5 seconds. Like, I don't want to deal with that. I play 10 and I don't want to deal with that. Umbrella would actually be a weapon class where you just like run in and face tank everything and then just, you know, respawn faster. I draw. I know everything has more range in this game, but like that range just feels like silly. Aim way too low. Go gold dynamo. I never really got gold dynamo. Like even I play dynamo a ton in this game, I don't know. It feels like too ink hungry to want to bother throwing the bomb a lot of the time, and then ink strike is kind of just like a whatever special. Where'd the shooter go? I have no idea where they actually went. Don't worry, I'm just, you know, I'm just in disadvantage. I'm in disadvantage still, it's okay. That's fine. Okay, this is a little bit less fine. Oh wow, that didn't reach. Kirby's also cool. Another weapon I like. Even like when I was a super casual, like just from playing online, you kind of get an idea of what's wrong based on what other people are playing. I played Special Saver CRB, and because it has light depletion, like you would just die and respond with your Kraken. It was really funny. Like for a weapon that's supposed to be like bad at painting, and therefore it's supposed to be bad at building special, like it really got a lot of Krakens, honestly. Which is it's a cool special for a weapon like that, because it lets it, you know, take the riskier plays and not implode immediately if someone gets on top of them. I think that's fun. Like, Rapid has, like, the spirit of that, but Baller is, like, nowhere near as fun with a special. Especially after it got nerfed, like, 7 million, 10,000 trillion billion times. No, I don't think Try's bad on this game. I think it's just worse than normal Bucket because it has less range. Disruptor's still broken. Like, I think on maps that aren't good for Mini as a main weapon, I think Try is actually a valid pick. I wouldn't call it bad. I'd say Machine is bad in this game. Like, if you don't run, like, literally all damage up on Machine, that weapon's awful. I don't play Carbon, I don't care if it's second one map. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the Hydra's name. You tell me. I want to keep the comeback because weapon never builds Zuko otherwise. What if I have comeback with damage? A medium depletion, I think. Eh. Yeah, whatever. Half the builds in this game are QR, yeah, except for like Zimmy. Like leader. Bucket runs some damage, but yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, so many weapons are just, like, totally... Not totally, but a lot more weapons are gear independent, like, they don't need XYZ to function like an S2, so I think that just makes it easier to slap QR on things. But I want more weapons to be gear independent in 3 anyway. Because I'm sick of the idea of, like, you're applying foil, squeezer, and splat zones. You need special power for your bubbles. You need object shredder for your bubbles. You need last ditch, because if you're not running last ditch in zones, you're basically throwing. That kind of thing. Like, there's, like, no slots left by the time you're running what's necessary. Kinda lame. I don't know. Is there's gonna be, like, optimal perks? Oh. Wait, Philly, I literally complained, where's my shipping notification? I got it in the past 5 minutes. I got it during that game. Oh my goodness. That's really funny. You might have it as well, then. Yeah, no, Cure is the best ability in Spot 1. Honestly, I want to, like, make the argument for... Nah, nah, Stealth Jump has a negative to it. It's like your jumping is slower. Again, OQR is definitely number 1. Stealth Jump is like a solid number 2, though. Yeah, I'm not a fan of how kind of like endgame S2 here looks like. I wish I had Black Belly. I don't know how I'm supposed to function on this map outside of sharking like the same 2 spots. There's no vertical, and that's really weird to me in terms of painting with this weapon. I don't have vertical. I can't play like I have vertical. Oh my goodness. Yeah, like I like the idea that value subs are better in small amounts, but like in S2, if you're not running like one sub, if you're not running like a sub of res and QSJ, it just feels like your like build is just meh. No. Feels like the MPU tax that you have to wear Incros to not get explode some ups. I have to embrace the fact that this my secrets are so bad. Jumping out in Splatoon 1? That can't be legal. I will say, as much as I miss this horizontal, you know, not being like total garbage, the vertical is a fun identity for Carbon and 2. Damn, that is smart. What the hell? Okay. I love how the music becomes like muffled if you're sharking. I just like bits of like sound design like that. Ah, cracking anyway. Yeah, no, I actually like whipped my head back when I saw someone jumping out in this game. I'm back here. You can't bait the zone. It's Hammerhead. Hammerhead was in 2 or 3 or whatever. People complained just like Kelp Dome, where it's like it's actually impossible to neutralize the zone, I swear. Curiosity, you're good. We're here to have fun. Go Hydra with the weird name, you somehow didn't die. But didn't want, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, I felt like, okay, if they knew that I was there after the Kraken, that's a smart jump out, right? Because they know I'm just going to kill them. I don't think they knew I was there, so it felt weird, you know? Especially like after the Kraken nerf where it's like more end lag after it ends. Like you don't want to do the Splatoon baller meme where you kind of just end the baller in the middle of the map and explode for it, that kind of thing. Like I think it's actually kind of smart to jump out. But, you know. You get on, but you don't want to ruin your S plus 99? Nah, you're good. Reviving. I think I was like S plus... I was like higher than where I was than earlier today when I played on Dude's stream. I was having like kind of a bad streak, but I was just playing for fun, so man. I've gone up and down in and out of S plus since Splatoon 1 10 million times because I was casual, so... You'll probably get the email soon, though, Billy. Craft your shipment. Tracking. Ah, I tried to use my order number as a tracking number. That's not how that works, Kate. You're being silly. Estimated delivery, Thursday. Cool. Try this again. Also, I'll look at chat in a second. I'm sorry, I'm very distracted by this packaging. Shipping. Also DM'd someone about that. That's okay, because we have 7 out of 8 here. Nice. Okay, I'll be a good streamer. I'm looking at chat, I promise. 2 carbons! What is this? Carbon charger. What is this? Alright, we have the same monkey brain. The horizontal in this game blows my mind after playing 2 for years, good lord. I do not expect it to reach people and kill them not like that. That's like a V-roller kind of kill in Splatoon 2. I hope they had like a healthier balance, like even if the horizontal still kind of sucks in Splatoon 3, at least like make it paint better. Like in S1, the paint is a lot cleaner. You understand how confused I was looking at the category in your game. I'm sorry. Or people are looking at the Splatoon 2 ones, I'm like, there's no point of doing S1. I put it in the stream title, it'll be fine. Oh. Oh! Oh. Yeah, I'm streaming under S too. It's kind of like how if you play like a Pokemon ROM hack, usually people will still put it under Sword and Shield as the category most people look at because it's the most modern game. Like mainline game, I guess if you want to be particular and be like, but Arceus. Ow. Or Compasser, Ratchet. If you have the V-shot, am I looking at this right? The funky weapon. Die. Platoon. Amazing. Come on, later, peek. Alright, well. I'll no longer ask you to peek. I want a Zuka, but I don't want to, like, expose myself. That's where I'm at right now. If you help me. What? Roller physics! I thought Splatoon 1 was free of this. I bonked back on them! No, I'll never get a Zuka. Chat, you'll never get to see how garbage my Zukas are. Travesty. Okay, have fun with the Kraken. I'm no longer here. Goodbye. I'm here to avenge you if you die. I don't know. Actually bonked off that dude. Yeah, the person ate like so many burst bombs. That was funny. Now the thing about bomb rushes in this game is it's not like it's a bomb rush. It's not a bomb launcher, so you can't hold the button to increase the distance. So it limits the options you have with bomb rushes so much in this game. Like you can't like cap with a suction rush as far back as like a fire weapon wouldn't too. Or like trap people the same way, because like you're very limited as a normal bomb range throw unless you do I can't think the word unless you do I think sub power up affects your bomb rushes in this game, I believe. Yeah, burst rush in this game is not very good. Is what I'm getting at. Like refurb is kind of a meme. As nice as like burst bomb on a mini sound. Like, oh. But on the bright side for bomb rush in this game, in a very cheesy sense, when the special ends, the bombs that you threw out toward the end of it will count toward your next one, which is like I would say cool, but it's not really cool. It's kind of just quirky and very cheesy. I'm glad it's not like that anymore. Yeah, it's literally bomb range in this game. The Power's a better name. That one, honestly, they're not really much better with their names in Splatoon 2, because it's like, it's bomb defense up deluxe. And it's like, what does that mean? Class of specials too. What do you mean bomb defense up deluxe? If I'm a new player, what the hell does deluxe mean? Yeah, Bomber drops the frames. Funny. No, probably PB with 8. I feel like with 6 it gets snowbally. Yeah, Selection Rush is still super strong, but I like that change to make a bomb launcher in 2. I think that was like a good quality of life overall. Especially for Burst Rush. Like, Burst Rush actually becomes a very scary special in 2 on something like Soda. It's good. You just got your shipping notification. Nice. Love getting emailed at 2 AM about a package. My favorite. And I want to crash a game of Secret Rush on Pit. Was it like a thing, Leafy, I'm gonna wait till 8 if we get. Was it, I don't know if it's just like because I'm playing on like Wi-Fi on Wii U, or like I don't know, because I remember when I played Carbon Deco for like, you know, like shits and giggles, because it's funny and it's bad, but and Secret Rush is bad, but it's funny. Uh, I feel like I've DC'd a lot in this game when I'm using Secret Rush, and I don't know if there's any actual correlation, because I feel like I never DC in this game. Or it's very rare to. But for some reason when I Secret Rush on a map like Mall or like Walleye, it would just kick me out of the game sometimes. Oh, it's player. Player. Can't read the name, but player. I don't know, maybe I'm just like, no, because I know for a fact it happened like a decent bit. Like I can recall several instances of it happening where I DC after popping a Secret Rush. Remember I saw a clip like probably years ago at this point. I think it was Walleye zones or something, and multiple players were popping Secret Rushes and trying to like lead them in a circle, like kind of like around the crate in the middle. I think the game just crashes. Like in decent games, maybe that's why. I just remember it happening like a decent bit with that special specifically. Just kind of a sad thing because it was just for fun. Like I know Carbon Deco sucks, but it just made me laugh. Then years passed and nothing really changed. They'd play Sorella Tent in tournaments, and I just laugh at like 10 million curling bombs rolling into the zone. Not a changed individual. There's so many rollers in this lobby, oh my goodness. I was looking at the gamepad, oops. Alright, Unga Bunga, who's trading with me? You're supposed to trade with me! Sad. Yeah, Carbonecco's literally the only one. Even in Splatoon 2, like, there's so many Bomb Rush variants that it's not exactly rare for that to be the case. Like, only Aerospray and Tent have a Curling Rush. I'm pursuing the kill as if I have a vertical. I simply do not. Omega has ruined my brain. By teaching me about Splatoon Carbon, he has ruined my brain for this game's Carbon. How dare he teach me things? Oh. No. Because I'm just looking for, What has Splat Bomb Russian too? Is it just Brella and Machine, or is there a third one? I'm deceased. Like, I had this discussion with people. Like, I don't know if they'll bring back the launchers in S3. Rapid Flings, okay. To be fair, can you blame me for forgetting those exist? Because I don't blame me. Rapid stopped existing after the year, like, 2018. Let's be honest with ourselves. I'm surprised I didn't die. Will I ever get a hacking Zuka and then not get a kill with it because my Zukas are trash? No, the answer is no. The 20 piano roller is asking a lot. I should be self-jumping in with my weapon, to be honest. But it's such a small map, I'm just like trained not to do that kind of thing. That we didn't get a K-Expo with the Sprinkler Rush. Pre-patch Expo may as well have been like a Burst Bomb Rush, let's be honest. I love pre-patch Expo, it was so broken. That'll forever be one of my favorite memories, getting to play that on LAN with people. At that time, no one really thought Expo was that strong because it was very inkjet meta. I'm like, nah, this weapon's broken, I'll show you. We played a Burst Bomb comp with it and we won, and it's like, this is stupid. I love it. Hello, roller. Oops. I got bamboozled by Ninja. I just missed a feeling of, like, having new broken things. Also, that was disgusting. Like, I live for day one brokenness in games. I love that stuff. The kind of memories I'll talk about, like, years later after the game's, like, done being updated. Like, I still sit here and talk about, like, goofy stuff that was in, like, Smash 3DS. That was, like, 8 years ago now. They make for fun memories. I love vectoring with all my soul. There's a carbon trade. Yeah, on paper, VR output should, you know, be better than it actually is. Also, I feel like there's someone here for so much pain. What is this? Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't really care about you right now. I'll come back. Yes. I did a Zuka thing, chat, except my enemy was marked, so it didn't really... Yo, the Kraken. Jump top, jump top, jump top, jump top, jump top. Nice. Nice. Not the carbon paintings, oh no. I prefer it over crap because I can actually retake. Yeah, like, it's a cool thing on concept, right? Because, like, if you direct someone, the AoE on the bomb will kill them. And, like, Inkmine can, like, combo off it really well. But, like, 200p is rough. Also, I died 16 times. 16 deaths. I don't think I've ever died that much in S2. The most I had was like 15, maybe. Also Black Belly, so small map. Gonna die a lot. Very goofy. Yeah, like I don't think Carbon's like horrible, but again, it's just the thing. It's just the way it plays doesn't feel like it belongs into. Like I always said, the Crapid feels like one of the most like Splatoon 1 weapon kind of weapons in S2. Because you know, before like all the ball nerfs, I'm like it's a self-sufficient blaster that can combo people with torpedo. Like has all this like neat stuff you can do with it. They can like roll torpedo into like swish ball or that kind of stuff. I mean, Rapid Pro is strong in 2 right now. I just want to see new kits on stuff. Kits like completely change the way weapons play. That's what I'm really dying for right now. Like obviously I'm interested in the specials and like what they do right, but prospect of Umbrella not stuck with something like Sprinkler is an appealing one. I think the main weapon needs some help after it got nerfed a bit too hard, but we'll see what they do with that. Wish all the weapons got 3 kits. I'm okay with 2 of them, but they need to be 2 good kits. Like, if you have 2 kits on a weapon, but one of them is, like, on the tier of, you know, like, vanilla YouTuber, like, that doesn't freaking count, dude. Or, like, how, you know, like, the 2 OG Charger kits and 2 are incredible, or both were meta for, like, a very, very long time. But then you have a Charger, and you sit there and you look at it and go, what the hell is this? Why? I don't need this. Now, Bucket used to be good. We slammed her in now, but that's because, like, what is it, like 210 baller, and baller got nerfed like a bajillion ways. Like, Bucket was meta for like a solid like year, maybe like a year and a half. Like, I feel like the period where Slosher Deco was meta, that's when I like attended the most lands for S2, I want to say. Like, I remember seeing Bucket Deco like pretty much every hell, I played it at some of the lands I went to. Like, I slammed her with that weapon, but I still have kind of a soft spot for it. It also, it, like, it used to kind of feel like an S1 weapon because it was self-sufficient enough and the main weapon comboed with Baller Swish. Like, you could go for the Baller plays, or you could go for, like, the main weapon plays to get a multi-kill and then pop Baller and then explode on someone, then combo them with the weak hit. Like, stuff like that was fun. Yeah, I think Rekbrella deserved one. I like the idea of Kunder's kit. Like, conceptually, I think they were on the right trail, but the main weapon is just garbage, and especially now, like, a weapon with torpedo and the meta inundated by shooters is basically a weapon with no sub. It's a weapon with, like, a crappier version of Autobomb. It's like, cool, it points at the person, but then they shoot it down with 1 bullet, and you wasted 60% of your ink tank to figure that out. Cool. Game what made you want to play Splatoon 1? Dude streamed Splatoon 1 earlier and I played and I said, wow, this is kind of neat. And I know that the active hours for this game tend to be more at night. So we're sitting here. Playing Lobby Simulator. Aha. That's fun. I like this game. I have more fun playing this game casually than 2 right now. You know, we're vibing. 3 months until the next game. I can stop losing my mind molding over like LDE suction. Hopefully. Opium. Devs. Devs, please fix it. Please fix it. I don't wanna play day 1 Splatoon 3 and have people doing the same thing. I'm gonna cry. You know, Brella got like power crept too hard. And also it was way too hard to play. Yeah, Ballpoint basically just has Nouveau. Hydra basically just has custom. Like the best filings in 2 are just like Vimy and like Jetpack Knot are the best ones. Yeah, I think Spot 2 is like fine if you play like League, you know, like a casual setting, but I feel like comp is just like eh right now. That's why I don't really do much with it. Like I played 2v2 earlier because Shadow wanted to, but outside of that, I play the game like once a week maybe. Like I like stream a League rotation. Or I'll leave like once off stream because someone asked me. Outside of that, I don't play it a ton. Yeah, I think just like as the higher up you go, it's like the more draining it is. I don't know. Especially like right now, like there's nothing really to gain by trying to get good at a game that's like basically on his deathbed, so I'm kind of just vibing. I want to play the funny Squid Game. I don't want to bot shooters for the next 3 months. And then feel tired of Squid Game and then new one comes out and I'm already burnt out. Like a breather period in my mind. Like it's fun to, like it would be fun to like do a tourney every now and again, but like I don't think I've scrimmed multiple times a week in like probably like a year at least. Like that era is like not here right now. Like even then for like the Oats rotation. Like even for the Nintendo like turf tourneys and whatever, like we played like one time the day before, but we didn't practice for them. Your favorite weapon's a Dark downgrade from the tier 0 weapon of the game. He's a Forge Enjoyer. Oh no. Oh, what are those? What is that? What are those maps? Don't do that. What? Not the Rainmaker Mall rotation! Oh no! I forgot the puzzle looked like this. It's been so long. I like more open-ended than Splatoon 2, so that's a lot of paint on crack on. Carbon Enjoyer. I think I have a similar amount of paint on Carbon. Yeah, I have like 432k, and you can't see that because it's on my gamepad. Bucket Enjoyer, based. Jet. Jet's cool in this game. Oh, sorry. I'm not a Carbon Enjoyer, I am a Carbon Casual. This is truly the peak Carbon enthusiast. Right here. This person loves Carbon. So much. And yet they have main save. But they really love Carbon. This rotation is garbage, and I'm not playing Carbon on all. That sounds horrendous. Weapons even have selection in this game. Like T-Tech and what? T-Tech Mini. Berry. H-Ray Splash. Roller. I want to see this for a second. This is cursed. Look at this. Watch at the reticle. Look at my reticle. Oh no! No, where's the privilege? Also, okay, I have a question. Does the, you see like the smoke effect kind of thing coming out of the Splash-O-Matic? That's just like straight up none too. That's so strange. Bring it back. Bring it back. It's a tattoo marker. Bring back the smoke. Look at it. It's so epic. That berry isn't into, but you know, just have Cape Cricket. Cape looks fine, but berry's just a pretty weapon. I like berry. I feel like I've never seen a single person talk about that smoke effect in my life. You miss Asphalt, and I also miss this game. Did I really? I'll play Bucket now, I guess. A good time, I suppose. I don't know how much damage you're supposed to run. I'm just gonna run copious amounts. But that. And Korokoro Roller, no, it's cursed. They put a splash wall on a roller and gave it a special it can't paint for. What were they thinking? Like, listen, I slander Clapple a lot. But Koro Roller as like a final Lapua edition makes even less sense. Like Lapua at least can see what they were going for, even if it's not very strong. Koro Roller, what the hell is that? No, I'm not picking the Splash Ball Roller. Don't care if it has a Zuka. Can't paint for it. I feel like it's like Splatoon 1 was the... I don't know, because I wasn't like in the community at all. I didn't know anybody, I was just a rando back when I played S1. But I wonder if... When this game was like newish, if you watch like Twitch streams for it, did viewers just like ask what the hell the ink strike thing was? Because it's not clear at all to the viewer what you're doing. You kind of just throw a missile, and there's no indication where you're putting it on the screen. You know what I mean? What is that name? Why is it so wide? Like the damage on rain is horrible if it's anything like 2. Nice. I didn't even let me... Okay. I wanted to put it in their spawn, but that looks cooler, I suppose. I didn't even read the person's name, I was too busy like laughing at the fact it was so wide. It's just random. Or ran... I can't read that. It's R-A-N-D-M. There's no O. Yeah, Koro Roller is just something. Bamboo destroyed you. I mean, that's kind of Rainmaker in a nutshell. Like, sometimes you just win, sometimes you just don't win. In a very abrupt fashion. I feel like we're not far off from, like, some sort of... Not necessarily a direct, but... I've talked about this on stream, like, the Splatoon timeline, if you go back to, like, 1 and 2, and they have, like, the Splatoon theme focused... I don't know if you would call it a direct, but basically, where they, like, talk about the game, like, exclusively for, like, 20-30 minutes or whatever. I feel like we can't be far off from that, because the game comes out in 3 months. I'm really waiting on that. I want to see if they do stuff like rework modes, or, like, they change any other, like, main weapon, or if they have, like, any weird redesign, like, with Tri-Slosher. That one kind of blew up Twitter for a day. I'm just heckin' curious. I want to know stuff, dude. Tell me about your game. Sell me on it. I'm gonna buy it anyway. Or like air quotations buy, because you won the tournament tech can buy the game already, but... Like, I need them to do a better job of advertising for their game that comes out in 3 months. Instead of having people be like, what the heck, this is just Splatoon, again. Burst Bamboo. It's funny that Burst Bamboo has heavy depletion to me. Even then, I don't even think it's particularly strong in this game, because Bamboo, like, doesn't frickin' paint, and Ink Strike is kind of whatever. I have 2 leaders on my team in Rainmaker. What the heck is this? What is this? My last is a CRB, which is a cool weapon. I'm about to get sniped by one of the leaders. Watch this. Oh, okay. I was speaking for the other team, actually. Alright, bye. Go. Hit the thing. Go. Oh, hi, Crack. Hi! That was what I was talking about that earlier, where it's just awkward to end, your Kraken sometimes. Also, I can't really pop this. I'll try. So. Get away from me. Ah! It was a solid attempt there. Got me some slack. A bucket in the corner. Hello. I love this song. I really hope the music in Splatoon 3 is good. Like, I feel like it wasn't bad on 2, but I feel like I've just heard it for too long. I don't even, like, actively notice it anymore, so please leave me alone. Please leave me alone, I'm a knife bucket. Like, outside of, like, in Dolphin Surge, I don't really think about the S2 soundtrack that much. There are 2 people there. Please leave the top tier alone. I mean, I like you, Bucket. Yeah, if you're happening to, you can get away with running like LV and a bunch of swim or like self jump, whatever you want, really. It's nice. Because even like Rapid, you need to run like some kind of like sub save, like main power is kind of a standard, at least like a sub or 2. I don't know. The more gear independent, the better. I miss freedom. The 2 leaders for cross mapping, dude, they actually had stuff in the beginning. I was shocked. Like I know E leader could be really really dumb in Bluefin, but I didn't expect people to die like that. I thought I would die like that. The thing, I've played enough Bluefin to understand that someone has to die in the opening. That's why. But I can't believe it's like people on Twitter saying they want that map back. That I don't believe. Like, listen, I've had my fun on it, but like from the objective point of view, I don't think it's a very good map at all. I'd really rather they focus on making new maps. Because I do think maps are like a weaker bit. I don't think the maps are excellent. Overall. I couldn't believe that I was able to repel the Kraken with the bucket. It lasted a little bit there. I was gonna die anyway, but yeah. It's been too long. I don't know how good each weapon is at like pushing back the Kraken. In my mind, it's like probably a thing where like the more DPS you have, the better. Like if you're like a splatling, it probably the non-issue for you. But for bucket, I'm surprised. Saying Bluefin's a nostalgia blind thing. No, Bluefin sucks. Like I had my fun on it. I think there's some fun things to it, but like objectively speaking, I do not think it's a good map. Like yeah, you could argue it's like better than Maul. It's like sure, but you know that's like what is that like saying? That's like saying Mothim is a better Pokemon than like Vespiquen or something. You know, it's like yeah, like I guess like yeah, it has Tinted Lens and Quiver Dance, but like would you pick a Mothim? I don't think so. Like granted, those mods play differently, but you get the idea. Some Scrimblow garbage tier thing is better than other Scrimblow worse thing. Wonder how better, if any, Bluefin would be if they added zip lines. I think that would help. I think the problem is there's no good approach options. It's just like 3 walls of death that are really easy to just deny. Like, I think if they added like a ramp or like a slope on the side, or something like that. Like I think that could help. But again, like I'd rather them just focus on new map. I think that's more ideal. Also, Rafa, thank you for the raid. I hope you had a good stream. Welcome if you're joining us. We're playing somewhat Lobby Simulator. It's been better. But we're playing Splatoon 1 solo. Don't get baited by the category. Look at the stream title. I think that's looking better than Motham with heavy-duty boots. Okay, like, that's like another Quiver Dance mod that kind of sucks. Okay, Motham is better than Beautifly, I guess. Outside of, like, D-tier, I think Beautifly is more, but, it's, you know, it's like, what is the point of that comparison at the end of the day, you know? Need 2 people in this lobby. Also, if you're joining in from Rafa and you have a Wii U set up in Splatoon 1, you're free to join us if you're S-Boss. I'm just saying. Because we have a decent bit of people from the stream chat playing with us right now, which is good. I like to see it. Rather have a new map. Yeah, I really want them to just focus new maps. Like, I think it's cool to see Museum again. I like that map. I don't want them to fall into, like, the pitfall of being like, oh, we have to bring back all these retro maps all the time. It's like, no, you can just make new maps. Have a lot of your favorite of the bug flying, so there's a lot of bug flying ones. I don't think, what would my favorite be? That's a bug flying type. Bug flying. I just touch my pro control instead of my gamepad, whoops. I kinda like Masquerade. I like Alma too. Those are good. You love the avatar, thank you for the compliment. Very cute. If you scroll down in the bio, I have the artist down there. Precarious. Thankfully they all suck. No! No, Vivillon's a good low tier mod. Omega's kinda cool. They don't all suck, they're just not great. Don't worry, Gen 9 will introduce a new Pokemon that I love the design of that'll be awful in battle. It happens every gen. Not all your favorites will be viable. Yeah, Vivillon's a good low tier mon. I can't slander it like that much. But yeah, every gen will have a mon that you don't. Every mon will have a gen. Every gen will have a mon that you like that isn't very, very good. Like, listen, I like Snom. Snom is funny. Snom is cute. Frostmoth is a very pretty mon. Ice Scales, on paper, is a broken ability. At the end of the day, its typing is horrendous, its feature is atrocious, its coverage is non-existent. So it doesn't do anything. I still think it looks pretty, but it's really bad. I look at that thing and it's just like, yeah, they want to make Volcarona again, but they forgot to give it like a... They forgot the sauce. Here's the speed tier, where's the coverage? What a leader, they have 3 chargers. Okay. This might be a, like, mash my face in the controller until we get an opening kind of game. Unless Philly wants to skill diff people. Oh. I'm so good, I'm so good, I'm so good at this game, I'm so good, I'm a professional, I've made money off of this game. That's not true, I made money off Splatoon 2, not this game. What is this? Why is everyone here? What is this? What is happening? Oh, that's a laggy fish. I'm going the meme route. I don't even know if it's a meme route, I don't know what's optimal here. That's 39, that's actually pretty decent. I trust you, CRB, go. Go, 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 go. No! Oh, jeez. Oh. I thought the bamboo murdered me by themselves. I was gonna say that's like impressive, but no, it's just two charges crossfiring. Oh, you try to be cool. You try to kill the stealth jump. What map is this? This is Bluefin Depot, a Splatoon 1 exclusive. It is not very good. But we are playing for fun, so it's okay. I hope I don't live to regret that statement in about 3 months. I hope it stays an exclusive for this game. Your favorite thing is you kept Toucan on your team and it turned out Lunala couldn't hit it at all. That's funny. I remember a similar thing. I think the moveset that Guzzlord had in Sun and Moon I don't believe could touch Palisand, because I think it had like Ring Out. It had like Ring Out and like Heavy Slam, but Palisand's a heavy mon, so it didn't do anything, so I kind of just let it sit there. I remember because he used Palisand in Sun and Moon, I like that mon. The goofy little sandcastle fella. My favorite thing about Palisand is just the, My favorite thing about Palisand is the shovel acting as a radar on its head. I think that's a really cute thing about it. This is one of those games where I'm going to die 10 million times, but that's okay. That's so goofy. I thought they were gonna fall off the map for bumping that. Also, hi Saber. Thank you for the shout out to Rafa. I'm late on that. I'd appreciate it all the same. Okay, goodbye. Oh. I don't want to be marked against multiple charters, I'm gonna be honest. Alright. I'm going on the no. Well, I scared them away, so you know, I did something right. Observe as I drop this and you can't see where it's actually over there. Whoosh. Oh, it actually killed someone, that's great. No, I was late, not you, Saber, you're good. I am late to reading that. Go. Again. Air Shuckle and Dryer, it's a funny mon. It's cute. I like the berry juice it makes. Doesn't Shuckle have no HP? It has extremely high defenses and its base HP is like 10 or something, it's extremely low. It has a low stat total and basically all of that goes into its defenses. Like hard to suspend myself there now. That's what Tane's been good. I have more fun just like vibing and do them one right now, so yeah, I'm having a good time. No complaints. Outside of lobby's taking a little bit long sometimes. Please leave me alone, Bamboo. That's not leaving me alone, that's quite that's the opposite of that. Okay. Good work. Yeah, it's base 5 speed. I remember when Sun and Moon got data mined. Yeah, when Sun and Moon got data mined for the first time, I was laughing because I saw Pyukumuku stats and I saw it was another Pokemon that had base 5 speed. Yeah, that charger went kind of crazy. Yeah, Shuckle has sturdy rocks and webs, which is cool. And has Encore. That has a niche. I can never decide on like one favorite Pokemon, but some of my favorites are I love Mawile, love Sableye, Altaria is really good, Whimsicott's really good, Rioniclus is good. Porygon 2. I love Porygon. The whole Porygon line is good, but Porygon 2 is my favorite. Those are some of my favorites. But I'd probably say Mawile might be the number one right now. I don't know why. It's a cute little mon. I like what it's based on. The fun design. Oh, it gets Contrary? Yeah. Not particularly useful, but if you want to do like a meme set with Contrary Shell Smash, I suppose you could. Still waiting for whenever they decide to give Dunsparce anything. I like Dunsparce a lot, but it kind of doesn't really do much. Has Serene Grace and a bunch of moves to abuse and has a good move pool, but its stats are just very, very lacking. No Contrary, Cert, Malamar, and Spinda. Yeah, it's those, and Chuckle. That's what we were talking about. Not all of them, I feel like there's another one, maybe. Lurantis. Which has moves to abuse, but it's a mono grass with no speed, and not really amazing stats, so it's rough. Oh yeah, and Amorous does too. I don't know if they'll bother giving it anything to actually abuse that. Guess we'll see in Gen 9. Yeah, Lurantis has superpower and Leaf Storm at least. The superpower came in Ultra from a tutor. Not based on a moon. Yeah, I expect an Amorous to be good given the track record of all the Genie Pokemon. I don't think you can really looking at the raw stats and the moves that did have an Arceus and the typing. It can't be anything bad at the end of the day. Madden Dragon SMP create Draco Contrary, right? Remember in the balanced hack mods, Contrary was a common pick for a lot of months. How long have I been playing Splatoon for? I have played Splatoon since July 2017, so a few months after launch. I played one. I was a mega casual that had no idea about the comp scene at all, and I never bothered playing comp until I'll say like a few months, maybe like a year into two, was when I like kind of delved into it. I went to my first LAN in late 2017. I met people like I met Arashi at my first LAN. We played together. The Arashi that was on our team, that person. I met more people. A lot of people said they recognized me from solo, that kind of thing. And yeah, I went from there when I played more comp. Now I'm sitting, and you know, it went from there, and now I'm sitting in the chair that Nintendo sent me. So clearly there's a history here. Yeah, I've been playing Splatoon for a long time, long time. But yeah, it was kind of cool. Progressively meeting more people. As I went to more lands, getting familiar with people. I think I really started getting into like the comp scene when at one of the lands. I think it was like my not second, probably like third LAN or something. I talked to Hitzel a ton, and he introduced me to some other people, so I talked with more people, got more acquainted, that kind of deal. Wait, why do I need to go to bed, Saf? I feel like I missed something. Precipice Blade, Origin Pulse, and Astral Barrage. Yeah, those are moves that exist. I think Glacial Lance is funny because there's literally no downside to that move. That's funny. For Contrary Rayquaza, yeah, fair. There are a lot of leaders today. My goodness. We're double bucket, double leader, and one of our leaders is custom. This is so goofy. I don't want to play that game. Gaster Barrage has no downside either. Glacial Lance is a little bit stronger though. I believe it's like 130 versus 120. But hey, they're DLC mons, they have to have that stuff, right? You know how DLC works. No. Yeah, here presents the problem I mentioned earlier about how approach options on this map are really, really bad. I also have Ink Strike, so it's not like I have like a crazy special to help me fix that. Dead. Dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm not dead. They will be dead. Watch this. It's supposed to be dead. Listen to the streamer when they say dead. Bye-bye. Why does it reach so far back? Do I think Bucket will get burst unnecessary? Eh. If they do it again, I feel like it'd have to be try again. I don't think they'll give any of the other buckets them because their damage values are too good. Ow. Regular bucket? No, I don't think so. Got it. I love Stealth Jump. I'm dead. I did not put that Ink Strike where I wanted because I was freaking out at the fact I was gonna die. What do you mean, come on, custom leader? I can't approach. You gotta help me out with that. I'll take the Rainmaker, but we're 2 charger. Yeah, this is kind of rough. I don't know how you really push. Unless me and the other bucket go kind of crazy. But, you know, that's a start. That's a start. Well, I got 3 kills, so maybe able to open something. Here comes the Ink Strike that you can't see. Now you can see. What do you do on this map? You can't approach. Everything's just a wall. Oh my goodness. Alright, go Ink Strike. I got it up there. That's as far as we've gotten. Oh, actually, we can make a push the bucket actually clutch out. Hold up. Oh, he died. That sucks. Okay, hold up. What? Oh man. It's kind of hard to move up with 2 leaders. Crazy thought. Oh, that's actually massive. Oh. Nice. Oh my god. Hi. Hi. That's my fish. Goodbye. Goodbye. This map was so goofy. I've had my fun on this map. I would not recommend it ever come back. Those choke points are. Oh. I'm just saying, you don't want to deal with those choke points if you're Imagine trying to deal with those choke points with like modern machine. Like, oh, that sounds like hell. Like I'm running Robin. A lovely time of 2:30 a.m. Yeah, I kind of miss I kind of miss how simple S1 looks because it's jarring to look at, but I think it's easier to see when people are swimming and stuff. Like I feel like the visual effects of 2 make it difficult to see on certain colors. I don't know, you can kind of fix that if the color lock was a bit better as opposed to only being yellow-blue. Which I hope Splatoon 3 does. But we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I keep telling myself I want to upload on the YouTube more, but I don't know what the heck to do because we're in that like lull period before anything happens. I want to make content, but I don't know what because I don't want to play 2. Playing this, but who's watching Splatoon 1 content right now? You don't want to do salmon. I see an ink brush and a rapid pro. Yeah, that ain't great. Blob's cool though. Do more content with friends slash GM, but like, I don't know how to structure that, but I should. I told myself I would do a dual ink video from like February, I still haven't yet to finish editing that. It's hard to be motivated when you're your own editor and you get tired of listening to yourself all the time. That's hard. Figure it out though, I don't wanna be doing something with the YouTube in the meanwhile since I keep telling myself I want to hit 1K before S3, but that's rapidly approaching. My channel hasn't really grown a ton in the past like month or so. I gotta figure something out. Crack them all. A sploosh. Which are you? Neo or normal? Neo. Is that the Beacon Well one? Oh boy. Any new Grisco weapons? I remember Brella disappointed me because it's not actually a Brella, it just shoots like one. I want a Grisco roller. What I would have done with it is it would have given it like the dynamo hitboxes, but like the flick speed of carbon. Hoping I would do something like that. Ulti kill. What the heck does a vanilla L3 even have in this game? I do not recall. How do you make Grisco Bella Umbrella? I would literally just give it like the tent launch with like no regen time. Actually, I'd make it like similar to the upgraded Brella in single player, like the hero mode, where it has a faster fire rate and like no cooldown. That'd be more fun than just like holding the trigger down, it paints like 10 million pellets. I think it's just Disruptor and Whale. you're right. I know L3D is the burst bomb Kraken one. This one. Yeah, they're feeling a little bit cute and quirky today. Don't judge them. Ow. Oh, nice Kraken. Oh wait, no, Neo Splash is point sensor Kraken. I'm mistaken, I'm thinking the normal Splash. Forgot you can paint the entirety of this block in S1, also I'm dead, I may as well shoot this. Yeah, I meant to jump to someone else, see. Well, if it makes it... well, it makes you claustrophobic in S2, it's even more cramped in 1, yes! But there's a palm tree, like I mentioned in the YouTube video. That makes it epic. Enjoy getting pincered by this. Nowhere to run, just kidding, it's self jump. Output it. Oh! Self jump. Hi. Hi. Like, look how claustrophobic this is. Like, what is this? Ah! No! What is the counterplay to that? The counterplay is you have Kraken or Bubbler or you die there. That's it. I felt like I was missing something from the stream. There's a scenario where I couldn't do anything against Whale, so this is really bad, actually. Yes. Nice. That killed me. It was stealth jump. Uh-oh. Oh. Nice. And to make me jaded, you're gonna ask me to play 52 in this game? No, I literally played 52 and 2v2 earlier. No, no more 52 today. No more 52. You like the Secrets Code dually? I wonder how that would work. I guess you could have like the fast fire it like all the time or something, and like lagless rolls. That'd be kind of cool. KP Truck Wild, there's 3 speeds are quick popping on the enemy team. Yo. That's kind of funny because I don't even think Speeds is particularly strong in terms of the idea that 3 of them are running around trying to just bubble people's funny. You made me jaded about S2 and S1. Listen, I'm just saying. Take out is a weapon. A-shot is a weapon. And Zap 85 is a weapon. And none of them are my favorite. I'm just saying. So I'm curious if they redesign the Sorella Umbrella in what's the two? I'm seriously saying two. I'm curious if they redesign the Sorella Umbrella in Splatoon 3, because I kind of like the regular umbrella redesign that they showed so far. Not like a massive redesign, it's like blue tinted and they kept the seahorse motif on it, it's just slightly different, the shield is a bit bigger. But it looks pretty. Player. I open the website, is it gonna blare music at me? Don't blare music at me. I'm paranoid, some websites like to do that. I just want to see the Umbrella thing again. What is everyone's drink for tonight? Me forgetting to get water before I start the stream. That's my drink. Probably do that if this lobby dies, slash after this game. That'd be a good idea. Part of me was intending it to be like not a very long stream anyway, but having fun. So. That could always happen because I like S1 the stream always starts really slow because it's like quiet and there's like no lobbies, but eventually it gets kinda neat. Outside of our occasional wait times like this. I always forget where they put the thing. Oh, it's part of the website. Oh, am I blind? I feel like I'm blind. Carrying the website on my second monitor. Trying to find the Umbrella thing again. This is how much I'm coping for like literally any info. Give me like a minute. I'm gonna run downstairs and get water. 1 moment. Okay, hello. Hi. Uh, hey, I got water. B, Ginger LZ, thank you for the raid, I appreciate it. Yes, I was a B every moment, I'm alive. C. Cat. What's a funny shooter be willing to play in this game? Good question. Craft in a tall order. Welcome to the stream, Groove. I like the demo. With Rainmaker, I feel like V52 is kind of funny. Because well on these maps is pretty good. Yeah, I might unironically be 52, or like... What else? Yeah, it might be. I'm not like a massive T-type player. I'll do it for you, but I'm swapping back after like a game or something. Yeah, the jumper into lurk. I got to start remote work and it's already late. Get fun in the rotation for League. That's good though. I'm glad you had fun. Hope stream's been going well. Yeah. Very laid back stream, but yeah, optimal. I like these streams the most. Photograph it? Yeah, I miss it. Miss our anime crossover. Also because it looks very, very cute. No, Safety, I'm playing Splatoon 3 early because we know the 52 kit has wall and Killer Row 5.1. So, you know, I'm playing Splatoon 3 right now. You just don't know it. And before they give 52 spot bomb, nah, they'll never give Gauss bombs. The only time I could see them giving a Gal an actual bomb is if it's like a bomb launcher special, but even then, I doubt it. Because in theory, Gal's supposed to be like the heavy, clunkier version of something like Splatter Shot with a higher damage output. But it's supposed to have weaker kits to compensate. They kind of forgot that with the K-Gal then buffing it like 12 times. But now I doubt they'll ever give a Gal a bomb. Because none of the kits have any. Like a lethal bomb. Not a curling bomb, that's different. Like, Spot Inspection are always going to be on the T-Tech. And the Pro. I don't think they'll ever give the Gal. Gal's always going to have like a wall. I don't mind Squealer. I think that's the problem with Splatoon 2's power level, is just like really low outside of shooters. XP has actual problems that's to worry about. His pain output isn't great, special cost is a little bit high. Efficiency isn't the greatest thing in the world, it doesn't get like the broken frame data the other shooters do. Like, I don't mind it at all, but I'm probably biased. Like, I don't know, I can't really complain about Squeezer that much in like 2. Compared to like how overtuned I think stuff like Zap and Shot are. Kinda stuck in this lobby. No one a second joining. You think they designed Squeezer around having a crappy main weapon? Yeah, but they buffed it a ton. Yeah, it's kind of weird because the way they designed Squeezer is kind of just a straight upgrade on Splattership Pro once you get past like the learning curve. Because at that point it's a longer range, fully accurate Splattership Pro with a little lower of a damage value, but you know, perfect accuracy while jumping while standing and having an actual painting mode. Or inconsistent even after the nerf than Pro is like, also having a good kit. I mean, they kind of had that problem with ballpoint too. Before they nerfed pen, it was like that period where everyone's just like, well, like, what's the point of heavy in this game if like ballpoint exists? Ballpoint main weapon was kind of good. I mean, that's kind of like the struggle with trying to balance like a hybrid weaponry. Like flings that kind of sucked forever. Even then, it's only relevant now because the foil kit is like busted. But even then, it's not as strong as like K-shot or something. For a dying breed, there's like 5 of us. Listen, I'm hoping to get some love in necessary because damn, they kind of threw heavy to the wayside. But hey, I can sympathize. I play Brawler. Love saving 2 hard nerfs in the same patch. When my weapon won like 2 tournaments in Japan. Crying. I remember back then people asked me on stream what I thought about those nerfs. I'm like, yeah, I don't think they're that bad on paper, but then everything else kept getting stronger too. I'm like, eh. Getting power crept in my favorite game. There's a lobby, and there's Philly. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just excited for 3. I want to see what weirdness they have, what brokenness they have. I want something new. I have 2 leaders again, I have 3 anchors. What is this? Oh, I forgot I'm on Gal, I thought it was on Bucket. Oopsie. Ah, look what you did. Okay. That's okay. It feels so weird. It feels like clunkier than the shooters in S2. Like it does have like the broken frame data buffs. Kinda weird, like look at this. Here's my brokenness. My feed we literally can't move, so now I'm just like, I don't know what to do. Chad, how do I win with when I have 3, well not 3 leaders, but 2 leaders in a siege? That is what I meant earlier. How do I win? How do I win, chat? I don't have Booyah Bomb to magically take space. I have a special that doesn't just like grant me everything. Use Whale. On this map, the angle path sucks. Look at the butterfly! Look at it. Oh, look at the butterflies, they're so pretty. What? I don't like that person anymore. Okay. I can't win. This game is not my. This is what I got for picking 52. Nothing can go right. I haven't gotten 1 kill. What? Ow, I was gonna say ow. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce him. So bad. It's like 3 AM. Please pardon. Thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Yeah, that was my punishment for picking 52. Even though it wasn't my idea. I'm about to go like 0 and 10. Go. I'm helping. Are we pushing, gamers? Are we pushing? Are we gaming? I did too many. It was my idea, you just said pick a shooter. I mean, Yeah, but I picked it with the intention of maul or something, you know? We're winning. Yay. I did it, I got a kill. I did it. I did it. Oh. I don't even know what killed you, to be honest. I'm just gonna set this in their spawn, it's funny. Don't do that, please. I forgot this is even a path you can take. What is this? Eberachi, am I winning? Not this game. Absolutely not this game. I've been winning a lot, but not this game. I've died to 3 Seekers. I clipped myself. I've died to 4 Seekers! I'm not having a good time. What am I supposed to do? Oh. Get me out of here. Get me out of here, dude. Not again. No, dude, shoot. No. Not again. Wait. One more Seeker. Go away. Stop! Why do you have so many? Oh, heck you. Crying. I have a new hatred of Seekers. I wanted to GBJ them with a wall and whale them, but my teammate decided to help me. That was horrible. I'm not picking 52. Nope. Had 4 Seekers. I died 10 times. Oh my goodness. I'm dying. There's your 52 content. I hope you're happy. That was a content game for all the wrong reasons. What's the word? I'm very flustered from that game, that's the word. But thank you again for the Twitch Prime, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm heckin' flustered. That was very silly. I feel embarrassed for doing Seeker, unironically. I think the 4th one is what got me. That one got me a lot. I found a lobby quickly, that's nice. Oh my goodness. I'm having a good time, but I'm feeling so goofy. Wait, was that an N-Zap in Splatoon 1? Did I see that right? No, it's a Squiffer, I'm blind. Swiffer in Splatoon 1. Nice. Not nice. Now comes the bluefin part. I'm suffering. Bro, what do you actually do? Oh. Oh. That's a lot of defense up. go ass here, but you diff them. I'm just gonna grab this. Random kill. Oh, jeez, that scared me. I was not mentally ready for that. I'm mentally, emotionally prepared for that. Where am I landing? Yeah. That's not good. Splatoon 1 is a scary game. That's all I've learned today. How do you actually move on this map? This is horrendous. Once you saw me, you're questioning if I was streaming. Very vibing to that. Oh, I missed my burst. You pick a side and pray. I choose life. The lead is so weak, but like nothing happens on this map. Oh my goodness. Oh my. This is not good. Hey, I need help popping this. Okay. Hello, Kraken. I feel like this scenario has happened a bit too many times. Okay. I could play Cherry. I am garbage with Cherry. I do not like H3 stream data. Trust. Every time I've tried, it just feels awful to me. Like I'd rather play Zimmy. Zimmy's more comfy for me. Alright, Ben, you didn't hit him at all? Well, now what? Everyone died. I was hoping. Like, I feel like you actually need Zuko to clear anything out on this map. I'm very settled. Grab the fish. Consider Conqueror, Cherry, and Light Depletion Bubble. I mean, yeah. Cherry really ain't a Rainmaker weapon, though. We're winning. He did These are the goofiest games. 5 minutes of nothing. We still win. I just played Wall 52. Listen. I too would go 109 with Carbon, unironically. That was me in like 2018. Like Carbon on this map, I'm like, I can't do anything. Get one Zuko kill, I'm like, yes, I'm doing so much, yes. Actually, me. I wish I could stream this game at not 3 a.m. Better play CRB. CRB I have a ton of time with, even though I have like no paint. But that was one of my favorite weapons in this game. Could do that though. I just think Cherry's gonna have like a similar problem on Bluefin where it's just like it can't like actually move up. They're just gonna boink you off the ledge in your bubble. I suppose not many weapons can really not have that issue there. Humor you. Can't do the bleeding eyes, I do the bleeding eyes. That's actually one emote I wanna do. I keep mentioning the fact that I wanna get new emotes, but again I'm waiting for a friend to not be busy. Then I'll get that going. I want to do a bleeding eyes one. I love the bleeding eyes emoji. The person with the wide name. Glad to see wide name person is back. I say we've actually been climbing for quite a bit now. Kind of surprised. Because what did I think I started the stream at like 30 or something. Yeah, it just varies. Like a mood-based thing, I guess. I'm only really fickle if the actual weapon pick I'm given is like actually like unfun or like garbage tier. Like if you told me to play hero roll or something, I would tell you no. In this game, there's no shot I'm playing a suction bomb roller. Oh, two more people, but timer didn't reset. 30 seconds. Go, 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 go. Ah! I'm back. Damn. Nah. There. Carbon's fun in both games you kill. Yeah, they're different kinds of fun, but I like both of them. Let me just set my capture card just for sake of audio's being funky. I think the carbon vertical thing is like the identity of carbon in 2, but I just wish it was like a bit more. I wish the horizontal wasn't so flimsy in 2, because the horizontal outside of burst combos is pretty much like useless. Someone told you to play Crackon, you would. I mean, Crackon's like bad, but it's kind of funny bad. It's like, it's funnier. It's funny bad in 1. And 2, it's still kind of funny bad, but it has no neutral. Yeah. Yeah, it has Beacon Baller in too. You know, like it's bad in both games, but I think the Kraken's a bit more of something to work with. It reminds me of the one meme about reminds me of the one Smash meme with DK, where it's the DK rap, and it just says he has no neutral. Like that's all I think of with Kraken. Like there's actually no neutral with that weapon. It just exists. Can't beat the Kazuya Mishima spot too. Now, if it's a Kazuya, needs to hit you like a bajillion times, and you need to just like sit there and watch the whole thing. I don't know. I don't think they'll have like an equivalent in a game where the kill times are so fast. Yeah, roller hitboxes are funky in too. That's fine, Eddie. Thank you for vibing. I probably won't go for much longer anyway since it's late. Probably do like one or two. If I can find. Yeah, it is Touch of Death. Katsuya's like one of my favorites to just like watch in comp. The kind of character I like despise fighting because of how he's designed, but just watching it's just the funniest thing. It's actually so funny watching top players just get like hit once and you watch their stock get eviscerated, and it's just like, ah yes, it's not just me. Everyone is susceptible to this. I think Kazuya and Steve. I think those are my favorites to watch. Steve is very funny. Very cool. Yeah, I just like watching Steve. It feels like they just make stuff up and it just exists. On top of that, he's DLC and egregious. He gets one up tilt and he takes like 70. I'm like, oh, okay. That's cool. Really on the CRB. That's an ends up in Splatoon 1. Alright, walk in. 1 sec. Sorry, someone walked in. I lost my train of thought completely. I don't even know what I was talking about. It was like Steve or something. I don't even know why I picked this up. We have such a good lead. I'm bringing it up here for sake of stalling. They actually avoided that. Kazuya's like Ganon if he was a good character, yes. And its touch of death with a bajillion intangibility things. I mean, the funniest thing is how egregious it is when you just like straight up just like you throw out a hitbox and he just goes through it with Electric Wind God Fist. Like he just simply does not care. Hitboxes are a suggestion. Funny to watch, not fun to fight. But I consider that game mostly like a spectator thing for me at this point, and it's the most fun for me. Like how this person's name is just Ryu. Smash for Ryu with Rage, yeah, where Ryu kills you at like 60, yeah, that's awesome. I mean, hell, in that one video I uploaded back in like December or January where I was talking about meta, I threw in the ones. Picture that was a clip from that of like Sheik working so hard. And then Ryu is just like, hello, I'm Ryu from Streets. Yeah, that's why I find it more fun to spectate Smash than actually play it at this point. I think a lot of designs in Ultimate are really egregious and unfun to fight. Or just like feel like too extreme of designs for me. If I were like to take the game seriously. Enough. Like, I look at character designs like Duckhunt and like Toon, like compared to like Kazuya or Steve. I'm like, how are these from the same game? Um. Go Ink Strike. Jump out and Splatoon 1. Cool. One of those from base game, the other is DLC pack 2. Yeah, like DLC is not even like a meme in Smash, honestly. Like even like Smash 4 had that issue, like you compare like later DLCs. Like Cloud Bear, just like a different level than like pretty much like every other character in the base roster outside of like debatably peak Sheik and like Diddy Kong. Like genuinely, before I started streaming, I was actually watching forget the name of the tournament, but whatever Smash Ultimate tournament it was today. And like two Kazuya players were very late into bracket. And I quite literally I tabbed out to check something in a different tab as the game started, and I checked back, and the Kazuya within like 20 to 30 seconds already got the opponent to like 120. I'm just like, what the hell happened? Like he hit him like once. Like I looked away for a second. Yeah, I think this is a hard conversation to have because it's like it's what's the word? It's unprecedented because there's never been I don't think there's ever really been like a widespread care or like oh not care. There hasn't been like a widespread enforced ban of a character in a fighting game in the Smash series specifically. Like the closest that there ever like was an attempt was like Brawl Meta Knight, but too many top players played him, so they just simply did not. Kind of thing. Like, again, I enjoy watching these characters as a spectator, but if I played the game and tried to take it seriously, like no, so many character designs would just make me so, like, annoyed. And, like, yeah, some of it's just, like, the typical, like, oh, just, like, fighting game player angry about character. Like, yes, to some extent, but, like, a lot of egregious design decisions that I look at. Like, you go, like, eh. Yeah, like, it's different than, like, melee ICs where you can, like, ban wobbling, because it's, like, a strategy that the characters can do where you just enforce that, like, you can't do that in bracket. Like, that's, like, different. Like, you can still play the character, and you can still do combos and stuff, but it's, like, harder. You can't just, like, like, you can't just memorize, like, an input and then just you grab the opponent once and back to their stock. Yeah, to me, Steve and Kazuya are probably, like, the two most, and even then, Aegis is, like, a really oppressive character where you're just, like, stuck, like, sword cheek on top of, like, Ike, basically, or, like, not even Ike, like, DLC Ike, because you can stomp knee with Pyra for some reason. Kill people at, like, 70 with down air up smash. And even the sour spot kills, like, Pyra has so much kill power on literally everything. Like, she has, like, a frame 3 jab, and if you clip someone at the ledge at, like, 140, they'll die, and it's just like, does she really need that? I don't think she needs that, but she has it, so okay. That's fine. But again, I think that's, like, it's hard to balance things like that when you want to make them accurate to their source material, because if you look at a character like Min Min, it's just like, make her accurate to her source material, she's literally just going to wall out every character that can't deal with that. Like, I think they at least did a good job, like, nerfing Min Min and making her less egregious, but I can't say the same for other characters that exist right now, because they stopped patching so soon. Like, I feel like if the game kept going and they were still actively patching, I feel like eventually they would, like, touch Kazuya in some way and, like, touch Steve in ways outside of just removing the one infinite thing he had with, like, up smash and, like, standing on the block that they took out, but they basically took that out and, like, called it a day. Yes, that feels like kind of close to a vanilla character outside of the wing mechanic being kind of silly and the random super armor tacked on. Now, Sora has silly stuff. I don't think any player has, like, really truly done it at top level. Like, optimal Sora combos are stupid. I don't know if we'll see a player, go that far at high level with them. Not yet, at least. Although it was like week 1 or 2 where we had a. Was it Zachary? I think it was Zachary that played Sora at, like, a major and just won, like, week 1 or 2 with him, which is kind of funny. I know Zachary is focusing on Pokemon Unite at the moment over Smash. Yeah, there's a lot of silly elements. Better DLC. I love Philly. I feel like Philly, you're, like, consistently on my team. It's kind of crazy. Like, I feel like we've, like, never fought at all this stream. I feel like we have, but not, like, much. Nice. Oh, God. Have to approach on Bluefin Depot. Combo, at least. Oh, bye-bye. Goodbye, me. Goodbye, me. Yeah, a lot of FGC people yelling at Smash players winning the matchup, but the Smash community has basically never banned a character. Yeah, that's why I think it's hard. Like, there's, like, truth on both ends. Like, yeah, you can win the matchup better, but, like, egregious designs will continue to be egregious. Like, it's hard. Because you don't want it to be like the thing where... Well, you don't want it to be the thing where... Like, there is a legitimate truth that, like, certain aspects of a game or things that are added into a game can kind of take away the fun from stuff. You know, like, I'm streaming S1 right now because they, like, the way they balanced S2 isn't really appealing to me. Okay, PC. Heard a poof. And it's like, yeah, I could learn how to fight shooters better, just pick up shooter and pick a top tier if I want to, like, win-win, right? Like, I'm simply not having- I'm having, like, way less fun with the game because of how they balanced it in the recent times. So it's just like, why, like, if I don't want to play the game, why am I gonna bother? Alright. Okay, schlagging out. Oh, they pooped again. They actually DC? I don't know. Who can say? Yeah, like, I like watching it as a spectator, but, like, that stuff would infuriate me if I played the game, or just, like, make me not want to play the game. And I say it's a first-hand experience because I played a lot of Smash 4, and there was a point where I kind of just said I don't want to play the game anymore. But, like, I had one tournament I went to during peak Bayo. Like, I'm talking, like, I went to a tournament before any patch that nerfed her, and I felt like I was just, like, you know, doing my normal thing. And back in that patch, if she did like downward ABK, like the 45-degree angle one, like it was a really good landing option. That was basically lagless and took her across the screen. But if she hit it, it also comboed and could kill confirm. And I was like, I played like Rosa in that set, I think. And like she clipped me at like, I think like 40, and like I'm a tall character and I'm a light character. And like she was just trying to land and she clips me for it and I died for it. And that's a 2-stock game and I'm just like staring at the screen. I'm like, I don't say anything, but I'm sitting there thinking, like, I don't think that's really fair. Like, why can't she do that? Rosa's a dumb character in that game too, but like, she's hard. Against like people that are like of your level or like similar level. Like, she's very punishing. She's super light, can die mad early, and Luma can like cheese for you, but also cheese against you kind of thing. Like, no, like, I've been there. Like, I've played against nonsense character in bracket and lost her, and I kind of just sat there. I'm like, man, like, that doesn't feel right. Especially because that player, I think he played Rob before that, and like I would beat him like no problem in bracket because I'm just like, okay, like free matchup, like bully him the standard way. Like Smash 4 Rob's a decent character, but like super abusable and has like a ton of weaknesses. Like, I don't know, I felt so lost in that Bayo set because like that happens, and then like you get like pre-patch witch time had like such a long effect. It's just like I'm trying to like jab in neutral and it gets witch timed, and I eat like 50 for it. I'm like, do I deserve that? I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, and I've watched like Coney streams, and Coney has talked about that where he says like one of the funniest slash worst things about commentating is when you have to act like something isn't the way it is. Like, you know, you have to pretend like that character's not broken. You have to pretend that the person who's down 2 stocks and like getting destroyed and about to get 3-0'd like has a chance, kind of thing. Like that sucks, man. That's rough. Yeah, Ultimate's like a super matchup based game too, though, because like there are characters that can kind of wall Kazuya out or not interact with him and make him look kind of bad, and that's why I think Riddles treats him as like a counterpick character alongside Terry. Like you literally see this. You saw that in the tournament today. Like if he has to go, if he ends up going FD, then he goes Kazuya because Kazuya busted on FD. But otherwise, he'll just like pay Terry. But like, it's just like the thing. If a matchup is like if you're not a character who can deal with XYZ, then like a character can just like do whatever the hell they want to. Like if you're like Donkey Kong and you're against Steve, like I'm sorry, what the hell are you supposed to do about the big wall? What are you supposed to do about him mashing up till? What do you do about all of his lead traps? You're heckin' Donkey Kong, dude. Yeah, no, Kazuya's do the tech where they like double jump and then they like nair to land on the platform quickly, and they can like reaction like tech chase you on the platform. I know a lot of them like to do the like the weird like electric punch, like the crouch punch, like the bam. You know that one. I shouldn't have said anything. Now we're fighting Philly. No. No. I like the song though. Yeah, DK's like the extreme example because he sucks, but you know what I mean? Like not every character's gonna be given tools to handle all these things. Which is, you know, like naturally, but I have a bamboo. I feel like, yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like someone's here. You know, again, I'm just saying this from the point of view of someone who doesn't play Ultimate and Comp and like has never entered a tourney in person but played a lot of Smash 4 tourneys. Because there was a period where I liked Smash 4 a lot more than I did before the end of it. Like, the game was janky and had its problems, but I was kind of liking the balance before like the Cloud patch hit in December. Because they were doing cool changes, like they made like Marth like a really solid character, they did like they made like Marth, Lucina, Jab really good. They gave like cool quality of life to some characters. They were like toning down top tiers a little bit. I'm like, yeah, this is cool. I like this. This is nice. Like, yeah, Diddy's oppressive and Cheek's like still a bit oppressive and Needle's still kind of silly, but yeah, I'm like vibing. I enjoy the game. I don't know, like a little bit after the Cloud patch, when everyone like really started realizing how broken Cloud was in doubles, like I lost a lot of my fun with the game. It's like doubles used to be a format I love to watch in Smash 4. Because there were really interesting team comps you would see like Rob Mario, Sheik plus another character was really good because she's like really good at handoffs. But, like that all kind of went out the window when Cloud was at it because now every optimal team is basically Cloud plus someone. Like Cloud Sheik at peak was stupid because it's like now Sheik's back throw kills with finishing touch at like 40 and it's just like this isn't fair. Oh! Especially because in Smash 4 limit was permanent. So like it's not even like Ultimate where there's a timer. Like no, like the Cloud could literally just wait for the Sheik to get a grab and the opponent will die at 50, like regardless of their weight basically. It's like what the hell is that? On top of this being like a giant a character with a giant sword and like a good weight tier and all the other like typical Cloud positives because he's a top tier in that game. Yeah, like Doubles Cloud, like, actually, he should have been banned, but again, it's the thing where people don't ban things in Smash. Like, I legitimately think he ruined that format, like, completely. Like, even after the inner finishing touch, he was still clearly the best character. You saw Leia with Javi, they would do, like, Sheet Cloud or, I think they did Double Cloud at some point, too. And people were like, we should ban Double Cloud. I'm like, no, like, go all the way. Half and half isn't going to change the fact that people are just going to pick Cloud and doubles. He's literally built for... He's built for this. That's not even like his bad character in singles either. Like, no, that dude's top 3. Like, this character's so... They're freaking strong. Oh jeez, I'm out of ink. I'm out of possession! Oh. About planking med now, though, you know. That comes down to rule sets having stages legal that shouldn't be, which Smash 4 also had a problem with. Like, this isn't like an old school problem. Like, Duck Hunt was legal in Smash 4. That stage is garbage. Why would you ever have a stage like that legal when there's, like, multiple characters in the game that can't reach the tree without, like, up-being? Like, Ganon, Ryu, and Little Mac cannot reach that without, like, double jump up-being, basically. Outside of, like, dog shenanigans. And, like, the entire stage, the way it's built, is just, it just promotes camping on the tree, so, like, why? Who thought this is a good idea? I'm so done. Okay. That was scary. There's a guy behind me. Man, that was the only fun thing in Brawl. Dude, Brawl's so sad because there's so many low tiers with like cool niche tech things that are just fun. And like it doesn't matter because you're not gonna play them in comp. Like there's so many fun dumb things in Brawl. They'll never see the light of day. Brawl's like a good game as an example for like how like a character like on paper can be balanced fine, but in practice it's just kind of garbage because there's more like egregious broken things. Like a lot of people like to make the argument that Brawl is the worst Fox has ever been, but he wasn't even a bad character in that game necessarily. It's just like, do you see how broken the top tiers are in Brawl? Do you see the fact that Pika could just like down throw Fox from like 0 to 100? Like, yeah, of course he's not thriving in that game. Doesn't mean he's, like, awful. Like, no, he just doesn't... He doesn't function in the game. That's not really his fault. Yeah, Brawl and Brawl Ganon exist in the same game. But that's kind of the fun of, like, older games, I guess. Because with, like, modern games, you'll have, like, a top tier and, like, you know, people will complain and they'll, like, nerf it or they'll, like, buff other things to be, like, a closer power level. But there's kind of like a beauty to a game that's like never going to get patched because like you buy it and you just like, wow, this character sucks and that's never going to change, or this character's busted and that's never going to change. You know, it just is what it is. Like I feel like I feel like as we go to newer games, like the power level between like the worst character in the game and the best character in the game is going to be like smaller. Like obviously it'll still be wide. Like Ganon Ultimate's still like garbage, but it's still, like, better than he's been because he doesn't have, like, the garbage tier jump squad as up he actually kills in that game. You know, among other things. It's basically, like, he's better than older games, but relative to everyone else, he still sucks. But I feel like with, like, newer games, you kind of miss out on that, like, how sucky, like, some of the worst characters in games could be. And it's kind of, like, the beauty / horror of that, because, like, in like in S2's case, like it's a game I super like, but then like the way they patch it toward the end of the game's life, I don't like it nearly as much anymore. And I kind of felt that with 4, because they add Cloud Bayo, and like yeah, they nerfed them a little bit after the fact. But I'm like, no, this is still too egregious. Like the game got worse, and that's something they patch in. So like that's rough. That's hard. It's just like interesting. It's an interesting thing to think about. In the case of like yeah, like. If a character's like super egregious, they'll ban it, right? Because I think at that one, I forget what tournament, but I remember reading recently there was an article about like for DBZ fighters. I think the one lady, I'm blanking on her name because it's like 3 a.m. But she has such like ridiculous usage that I think they just like banned the usage of her for, was it like the subsequent tournament or just I forgot exactly, but you know like it can exist. Enter 21, yeah. Like, she was super egregious and, like, everybody was picking her. Hey, love you, Jude. Have I ever seen competitive Smash 64? Yeah, it's fun. I like watching the combo contests at Super Smash Con, is it? I like watching those. Those are fun. Smash 64 is silly. Like, there's a lot of mechanics in that game that just make it silly, but it's kind of fun to watch. You know, like that and Melee and Brawl could be good examples, because, like, you know, those games never get patched unless you're talking, like, PAL version of Melee, but no one No one's like, no one, the PAL version of Melee. Yeah, it's actually super silly game. I like the part where the block stun is so extreme that just shield breaks are completely normal in that game. It's like, it just is. I've been playing Strive and they're trying to get Happy Chaos banned. I saw a lot of people complaining about that, which is kind of impressive because I don't super follow that game. So the fact that I felt like I was seeing that everywhere was kind of impressive. So I watched a few videos on it, and yeah, the idea that the character could just like sit full screen and like be an advantage is just like, what is this? Why is this? What? Fighting segment of the Smash DLC issue is it just like the thing where they keep adding characters that are like meta defining, so you're kind of forced to get them and forced to learn how to fight them. I feel like that's the case for a lot of characters that were in Fighter Pass 1, and more so too, but I guess Joker's like the character from Fighter Pass 1. The character perma buffs and debuffs is so done permanently. That does not sound balanced. Honestly, hilarious fighting and stuff like Injustice. People can camp be full screen. I remember it was a while ago, but I remember watching that one really old Sailor Moon fighting game because it's absurdly broken. That was a fun one to watch. Yeah, it's like an interesting era that we live in because the game you play today can be totally different from the game you play tomorrow, and like that could be really good if it's good patches, but it's also really scary because like a patch can really change a game for the worse. Or at the least, like, even if it isn't for the worse necessarily, it can make it a lot less fun for you. Yeah, you need like a mix, right? Because it's like, if a game is actively getting patched, you can expect the top tier to get nerfed sometimes, but then sometimes it doesn't happen. You know, like, people complain about Pikachu and Ultimate since, like, 2018? 19? Whatever that came out in December. Like, people have been complaining since, like, day one. And that character never got touched. People have been complaining about Rob. Rob is statistically the most successful and common character in Ultimate. He never got nerfed. Ever. So... sometimes it's wistful thinking. Surely they'll nerf this top tier that's been successful since day one. Nope. No. No. The devs like Rob. Devs like funny robot. Funny robot go down, 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 down. You want Gyro to be easier to grab? No. No. We're gonna make it easier to reflect DDD Gordo, though, because DDD's problematic. That's patching. That's patching. A-Rop's also like a mega easy to play top tier. Movie Broly, Goku Go Geto, Lapco 21 World top tiers after their launches, yeah. That's rough. Imagine best 100 patches from day one. I didn't have the game day one, I'm trying to think. I know Dynamo would be broken because that's like not a heavyweight. You can swing without full ink. Yeah, I feel like swinging without full ink and more generous hitbox than it is, and not being a heavyweight like that alone is just the heck is that even? Well, mentality here with patching and nerfing is probably the nerfing the good stuff to the point they don't function. Yeah, that's the thing. You don't want to over nerf things. I feel like they kind of have that problem in Splatoon 2. Where it's like, yes, you can still play these weapons, but they're so much significantly worse if you're trying to play to win. Like, why are you bothering? It doesn't help that all the top tiers in Splatoon 2 are, like, kind of, like, piss easy to use, so. Kinda lame. Was Luna in day one? I thought Luna was added later. Yeah, Luna was a later update. I'm trying to think day one. Damage up leader would have been stupid too. Like on nerf because you have like the full range. Kraken would also be egregious, because Kraken, there was no counterplay in terms of shooting at day one in this game. What your hope for S3 is we find the broken weapon or special like a month after. I feel like it won't happen, because even like before S2 dropped, like I always go back to this, but it's just, it kind of gives you like the perspective. Like I didn't do comp in S1. I did that later in S2, but like I had enough understanding about the game even without talking about anybody like in the competitive scene. That when the Prima guide or whatever leaked, that had all the kits of the day one weapons in Splatoon 2. I saw that Tri had Burst Bomb and Ink Armor, and I said, I know Bucket is really, really, really strong in Splatoon 1 with damage. So I said, another Bucket with Burst Bomb and an actual special as opposed to Ink Strike sounds really powerful. And that wasn't even accounting for the fact everything's range got nerfed except for Tri. It's like I said, Tri is going to be a strong option, like before the game even came out, and then like we looked at the ranges when it came out day one. I saw it, I'm like, no, this weapon's broken. Like, why is this weapon not ranging Spider Shot, like, effectively? But also breaking map geometry. Like, this is so goofy. And like, again, I was not comp back then. I am just your average scrimblow that played this game, got to S plus and looked at what was good, and I looked at the kits and I'm like, yeah, Burst Bomb Bucket. Burst Bomb Bucket, good. But to be fair, a lot of the kits day one for S2 were kind of garbage. Like, Point Sensor V Part, like, the hell's that? I don't care about that. Oh yeah, like wasn't Ink Zuka quieter or something, right? Like didn't they make it in a patch that it's louder upon activation or when you shoot it, so it's like easier to react to? I forgot about that one. Like I'm kind of excited for that in this very. Like I'm for the broken stuff. But yeah, it'd be nice if there was like at least like a week where everyone just plays whatever the hell they want before anyone truly realizes like, hey, this one thing's really broken relative to everything else. Because I feel like within a few weeks of S2, at least in memory, within like a month or so, I felt like everyone was like realizing like, yeah, you just pair Jetpack, like you play T-Tech and Try. And then like a little bit after that, I think people were like really realizing how important Rapid was in the game. Like chip off armor and actually kill Jetpack, because so many things were like struggling to kill Jetpack. But it's like funny to think about, right, that the power level was like so low. But, like Rapid was one of the few things that could deal with a special. And that weapon couldn't even substrafe, because they added substrafing with Inkmine later. It's funny stuff to think about. I mean, hell, even in Splatoon 2, you couldn't substrafe with a Ultra Stamp for a decent bit. Yeah, because Ultra Stamp you couldn't substrafe with at all, and then they added Camo Tent. And for some, I don't know how the coding would work on it, but for some reason, because Camo had an Inkmine, they had the thing where you can substrafe with Inkmine. I guess somehow it made it so Camo could substrafe with Hammer, but no other weapon could. And then the devs just said, heck it, every Hammer weapon can substrafe now. It's funny how patches just work that way. Every main doesn't broken day one, so it doesn't get nerfed 6 times in a row. No, like for real, like the meta, I've been saying this for a while. The meta is for your weapon to be like an awkward like upper mid tier or like a sleeper high tier that no one picks, and no one talks about, because then you might get like the sleeper buffs, or everything else or all the top tiers will get nerfed and your weapon will like immediately creep to top tier. I said that about Cake Alpha forever, because a lot of people are like, shouldn't this be strong on paper? But like no one played it. I'm like, no, Cake Alpha can like, even before like any of the buffs, I'm like, this weapon can dumpster on all the like garbage weapons in this game because it's a 52 with a wall. And then they buffed it 12 times. They gave it 12 buffs. A weapon that wasn't even bad. 12. They gave it 12 buffs in the amount of patches that they never touched Dynamo in any of those patches. They really looked at Kgal and said, this needs 12 buffs. And Dynamo, and they just said, no. We're not touching that anymore. So yeah, having a weapon that no one really talks about that is definitely not bad, but everyone complains is bad, like, I wish it was stronger, that's the meta. That's the meta. That's how you get the top tier endgame. That or the devs are just horny for your weapon, which they clearly are for K-Shot, because that weapon was never bad, but Japan wasn't playing it, so they buffed it even though it had no reason to get buffed. So, you know. Japan's not playing this weapon that the West is obsessed with. Let's buff it by giving it a higher damage to combo with everything better, and better ink efficiency, and we buff missile like 10 million times. Yes. Oh, and by the way, we're buffing last ditch effort, so the weapon has even less downtime and it's even better. It's spamming the best sub in the game. So now it has no downtime, it spams specials, it's self-sufficient, it paints for itself, it can support, it can kill, and it does literally everything. Yay! Actually got buffed 25 times, where are the other 13 from? Smash Patch just gave it multiple buffs. Yeah, they kinda... They're obsessed with that thing. It was never really bad, I don't freaking get it. Another worry is that you hope the devs don't just look at weapons in a vacuum, less AK, focus on Japan tournaments. No, for real, like, a lot of the patches were clearly looking at Japan tournaments, because they were different based on Koshien, like, a lot. Because they had a lot of baller nerfs, for the Turf Force part, specifically. Like, baller ended up getting over-nerfed because of Koshien, specifically. I'm fairly confident in saying that. Like, yeah, obviously, like, vanilla L3 was kind of busted in zones, like, at the time, too. Like, sure, that's a factor, but... You know, like, nerfing Slosher Deco and stuff, too, like... Especially after the fact, like, Ball already fell off for a while, and then they cut off, like, a second of its duration, like... just all these, like, nerfs that I don't think it needed. They overkilled it. Kinda sucks. Like, when L3 was meta, literally the only thing I wanted is it for, to be less ink efficient by, like, a little bit. And have, like, a more expensive baller. But, like, they went pretty far with a more expensive baller and then proceeding to nerf the actual special multiple times. I think that's like a case of over-nerfing, which like I worry for. I don't want them to do that in 3. At least not like nearly as much. I don't know, we can't tell. We have to wait and see. It's fun to talk about in retrospect, but it also just depresses me, because again, it just reminds me that like I used to like the sequel to this game a lot more. And now I'm kind of sitting here just playing this game. I'm like, man, I like the final patch that S1 ended off on more than 2. There's nothing wrong with that. I love Splatoon 1, but it's a sad feeling. It feels like one of your favorite games just isn't what it used to be. Yeah, Scupper is weird. It's a charger, so by nature it's not, like, perfect. And it has flaws and you need to be, like, good with it. But at the same time, the amount of pain it has and the range it has with MPU is really, like, stupid. Like, the power level of Scupper is just, like, weird. It has so much going for it. Your variant of 52 is a base weapon since half the buffs were before KCAL released. Yeah, it was never actually that bad as a shooter, but then they just kept buffing it for no reason. And it was never actually that bad. Like I mentioned earlier, when I played 52 in this game for one game, I'm like, wow, this feels kind of clunky compared to 2. I wish Gal moved like this in Splatoon 2. It's supposed to be clunky like this. When you tell me heavyweight version of a splatter shot, this is what I imagine, not what it is in 2. In 2, it's like a pseudo lightweight outside of like the walking speed, and when you're like doing this. In 2, the way it moves, like in regards to like main weapon, it feels like a lightweight. It may as well be, because you don't. It's not gear dependent, so you're always gonna like have like 2 mains of swim on it anyway. Like that with the frame data, just like this weapon that's supposed to be clunky is now ink efficient, has a really good kit, melts people instantly, is a shooter, paints well, like I don't know. There's too much going on for K52. How high these gradings are. L3 got you to mid-25 in zones. No, for real, because I got number 1 in the one Splatfest, the Witch versus... the Knights versus Witch Splatfest. I said L3's broken and gonna get nerfed soon. People just don't realize it yet. And I got number 1 in that Splatfest, and then a little bit after that I got 2700 in zones with it. Because they announced there was going to be a balance patch the day after I got 27 in zones with that thing. And yeah, in that patch they nerfed L3 a lot. Like, yep. Weapon is silly, and no one was talking about it. Now it got nerfed. Again, like, at the end of the day, I'm really just asking that, like, Splatoon 3 isn't just, like, so obsessed with making shooter, like, the best weapon class in the game. I think that's what gets me the most. Like, yeah, I hate LDE, and I think, like, there's overtuned things into, but... Like, I'm playing Splatoon for playing Splatoon. I don't want to be playing, like, shooters the whole time. Like, even, like, this stream, I'm playing Bucket, I'm playing Carbon. You know, I would play, like, CRB. Like, I don't care about the shooter class. Having the whole meta be defined by that, I'm just like, it's not fun for me. Okay, for being broken on MPU launch, yeah, no, for real. Like, Booyah Bomb was underwhelming back then, but like, no, it's just, it's a 2-shot weapon that didn't require much gear. It has a spot bomb and it's like mid-range. And then they buffed Booyah Bomb a ton. That's just like, oh boy. He made a top tier. But to be fair, I didn't mind K-Pro meta so much because yes, it's a shooter, but it has bad mobility, it has bad ink efficiency, and it has an expensive special now, and it has no gear slots now, but... Like, I didn't hate it. There were ways to deal with it. It was obviously strong, but like... I don't know. I'd rather do K-Pro meta than like any of the current meta by far. Already looks not impressive, so you're a bit worried. My prediction for bows is going to be super underwhelming at launch and then they'll super buff it like a month or two in to be like relevant depending on if it has a good kit or not. I don't like the dually thing because dually was like whatever in 2 instead of M3 having a god kit early on. But like the rolls were so laggy, the range was like actually baby range. I feel like it'll be that or later on it'll be good. And not day 1. That's my prediction. Also, the Kipper bow we saw so far is kind of weird. It's like the... What was it? It was Whale 5.1 and... Is it like the mist thing? I'm blanking. This thing, I don't remember. But I prefer comeback over LD. Yeah, no, actually, that's an interesting point that you bring up because, yeah, I talk about how LD is so overtuned, but you know, that's not even to mention the fact that comeback was really common. I would say like year 1 and 2 of Splatoon 2. And the way comeback is now, when you die, you get a main of, what is it, main save, sub save, ink recovery, swim, run, special charge, you get 1 main. But it used to be 12 AP, which is like a little bit less than a main and a sub, because that's 13 AP. So they actually nerfed that ability. And at the time, I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Like, you know, it's common, it gives a lot of good buffs for 20 seconds, that's nice. But then they, like, Omega buff LDE, which is, like... I forgot Wall does that in this game. I can't place a new wall. I actually forgot Wall, like, insta-kills like that. Yeah, but then they go around and Mega buff LDE. And, like, I was having this conversation with a friend, like, a week ago. Not even like a week ago, probably like, shorter than that. But, LDE is weird because it feels like a comeback mechanic in a shooter, and I don't think it needs to exist to the extremity it does in 2. Like, unironically, I'll have games I play in 2 where I'm playing like LDE, K-Shot, or Zap or whatever, and we get like, the enemy team gets the first opening hold and they get it down to like 30. or like a little bit lower maybe, or even like the 40-point range, like it doesn't have to be maximum LDE. And then your first hold ends up becoming so much stronger than it would be if you won the first fight. On the premise that you have so much last ditch that you can just like bomb spam their plat way harder or build your special way faster. And I kind of really don't like that. Like, something like last ditch should be like a thing if you're like losing. But it feels like a safety net and a comeback mechanic in one main slot. And because it's 8 subs of main save, sub save, ink recovery, like... that's effectively 72 ability points that are permanent whenever the opponent gets down to 30 or it's overtime, which is going to apply in like every game that you don't knock out, so it's not even bad in the first place. And like 72 AP is like, that's literally like 7 main plus of something. Like collectively. Like you can make your entire build a bunch of efficiency stuff and it's still worse than like full LDE in one main slot. Like that's really broken. Like that is super broken. And like even if you make the argument that like yeah, LDE is not always gonna be in full effect, like even if the opponent got to like 40, so you have like 10 AP of 3 abilities, like that's still like 3 mains worth. Like what is that? Like that's so extreme. Yeah, like it's a safety net ability that ends up being a comeback ability and like a GG ability in overtime. As you can like, you know, like I remember Tic Tac used to say this, he would like play LDE H3 with like a main and a sub of sub save, and like the second LDE fully activates, like he now has like double suction bomb, so you can double suction bomb the zone, pop armor, double suction again, and it creates so much space and pressure, like for free, with like 2 mains of investment. And it's just like, what? Why? Like, why do you get so much value from that? And they nerf comeback, but then they buff LDE to be that extreme. Like, it feels goofy to me. I don't know, I kind of want them to, like, either axe LDE or just, like, make it less extreme in that regard, because LDE just, like, hard promotes spamming, like, straight up. Especially in a mode like Zones, where the count tends to go low. So I missed something. Hold on, I was kind of rambling. You wonder if Forge is better than that since it could sack main power and special power. If you're not like pro during the period where you could run 2 main 4 sub of main power and get that, I still feel like that's hard because you want Big Bubble and you want OS. So that's hard to really gauge. Oh, yeah, I remember the dually bullet buffer. They were like super overtuned by accident. That was funny. Yeah, like if at full effect it was like 4 or 5 of the sub, I think it'd be more manageable. But I just think it's way too much benefit for like no investment, basically. And like if they're willing to nerf an ability like Comeback for thinking it does that, like by comparison, like Comeback, it's 6 mains. Yeah, 6 mains of 60 AP for 20 second, but it's not permanent. So Comeback's effect as it is less potent than LDE, and it's not even permanent, and you can only do it after dying. But if you were like losing or you're fighting a close game and you're on end zap or K shot like that, that's permanent for the entire game. Kinda dumb. Kinda silly. You remember when you first picked up LDAK, Machine was stupid with Fizzy? Yeah, no, for real, like, you're playing Machine, which is a weapon that can't paint well, and, like, shouldn't be able to stall zone, but, like, now you have a tool to stall zone. And, like, you can run no sub-save at all, because the investment to get double Fizzy is so low that full LDE, like, covers that and then some. So you can effectively run, like, your stealth jump, like, all mobility plus LDE, and, like, get all of your perks. Again, like, LDA just, like, promotes, like, more bomb spam, which is just, like, less interaction. Like, are you gonna approach, like, in a field of, like, bombs that never stop? I don't know. Like, S2 has problems, but I think LDA actually, like, contributes, like, hardcore. And it makes me like question why people like praise Zone so much, right? Because Zone is like the mode where that's like the most problematic, probably. Like, granted, an LDE and Overtime of Rainmaker is also kind of broken because stalling the rain with bombs is broken. I feel like Zones is like where it's the worst by far, and it kind of makes me appreciate Clam Blitz more, which makes me like worry because I don't think they'll bring back Clam Blitz at this point for S3. Like they might just go a new mode. It's like that'd be cool, but it's also worrying. Also, I'm just doing donuts here and rambling. It's like 4 AM. I really should end stream soon. But like right now, I don't want to. I'm having fun. Or the D-Gen Club at 4 AM, or it's like 1 AM free if you live on the West Coast. Listen, I'm just saying, if Splatoon 3 day 1, I want Gal to look like this. Like, this is good enough mobility. You don't deserve any more on this weapon. Man. That was a really fun stream, though. Enjoyed that a lot. Ended up going longer than I thought I would. Thank you for the raids and everything, vibing with me at DGen hours. Depending on when I wake up, I'll probably stream again tomorrow. Can't stream this game during the day, is what sucks. I'll probably finish the very glitch-oriented run of Super Mario Sunshine, which I've been doing last week, tomorrow, if I wake up in time. Probably do that. Outside of that, I'll figure out as we go. We'll see. I hope you had fun. Hope you learned something. As we went back to our nostalgia trip with Splatoon 1. And it went pretty well, because we went from, I think, S plus like 30, 31 to 80-ish, so pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, thank you for joining, Philly. I appreciate it. You made the lobbies alive, which is good. That's nice seeing people here. Yeah, I'm gonna go lay down. Hope you all had fun. Have a good one. Good night. And I'll hopefully see you next time. Bye-bye, yeah. Thank you for the rambling stream. It's been a bit... It's a bit like having a good podcast to listen to while I work sometimes. Yeah, I'm glad. People tell me to make a good background audio, and I think it's a compliment. Or like I take it as one. I know what they mean. So, I'm glad. Yeah, have a good one. I'll see you. Good night. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say something silly, but I couldn't think of anything. Goodbye.